fix my hair.
Okay. Good morning. It's Mommy Upgrade Live on February 4th. I am Trista Perot, and I'm joined by Molly Johnson. If you're not familiar with Mommy Upgrade Live, I am a lifestyle writer here in the Dallas area and a digital marketing consultant. And apparently I have a frog in my throat today. And I'm joined by Molly Johnson, who is also a marketing, is that fair? Marketing consultant?
Yeah.
With an expertise in real estate as well.
Yeah.
So we are best friends of 30 gazillion years or more. And this is our bi-weekly show on the Upgrade Live. How are you?
Morning. It's a rainy day in Ohio.
Well, I'm feeling very accomplished today. I've decided that any day that I wake up and I do laundry before work starts, it's winning. I don't know what it is, but just mentally, I feel like I've gotten such a head start on the day.
Laundry and dishes are like the only thing that I cannot win.
Sorry for that. So our format for the show each time is usually we each do some sort of review, product review or DIY, and then we have a major topic to talk about. I did what I'm a little unprepared, but this was unscheduled, but we had talked a few episodes ago about digital safety for our kids and their phones. And I noticed that today on the Today Show, they did a feature on what apps you should delete from your kids' phones. Did you happen to catch that?
No, but that is a important and ever. I mean, that should be like a daily thing.
Yeah, well, I recorded it, so I'll go back and watch it after our show. But I posted on the Facebook page last night a really good sort of, I guess it was an opinion piece from somebody's blog about the girl near Virginia Tech. Horrible.
How do you pronounce that app she uses? Is it Kike?
I think it's Kick.
It's a Kick.
Kick. Yeah, so that's definitely one that you want to delete off your kids' phones for sure. Anyway, so that's going to be a continued topic. We'll bring that up on a fairly regular basis. But if anybody's watching saw that segment on the Today Show today, I would love to hear what those apps were that they recommend to delete. But we'll circle back to that topic as well. On a little lighter note.
Yeah, we have a couple that are constantly, like I have a couple that are banned from our list already.
And what are those?
And Kick and Snapchat. And the premise being, I mean, are we going to talk about it more? Like why you have to, because I think that's important because people don't really know. Like the mom said she didn't even know, she had never heard of that app before. But the premise of those is that they can put something out there and it doesn't have to come from their camera roll. So it's not like a photo that would be saved or you might discover at another time. And it's out there and somewhat untraceable, I guess, or unmonitorable from parents. And it gives the kids this feeling of just sort of anonymous or, reducing their vulnerability, I guess, in their mind, but increasing it on the other end. It's horrible.
Uh-huh. Well, okay, so the ones that we're talking about are Snapchat and Kick because, it supposedly disappears after 24 hours. The messages. So you have to consider not only what they're posting, but also what they're receiving, right?
That's true.
You don't know what the conversation is that they've been having with whoever. I guess you could go through their friends list, but I mean, the usernames are so ambiguous. Sometimes you don't know who they are. And that is one thing that you can do if you have your kids' phones, unless they're going to go buy a burner phone or something just to use that app, that's at least one thing that you can do is just monitor and make sure that those apps are not on their phones.
However, there are also, like if your kids are kind of even a little bit older than ours and are really, trying to hide this stuff, which potentially, see, our kids are so young, they don't quite know that they should be hiding this stuff yet, Like they kind of, like mine.
Yeah.
What's that?
especially mine.
Yeah. So the 12 and 13-year-old that I have in here, and the 14-year-old, our stepson, they're at the point where they're kind of knowing that those things should be hidden. But there are apps that hide apps within apps. Now, I've seen a little bit of that on my phone. So, like, if you want to hide an app on your phone, you absolutely can. You absolutely can hide an app. There's a number of ways to do that. You just got to keep on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, and hopefully we can help parents do that by having that be a recurring theme of digital safety and good digital citizenship and the conversations you should have with your kids. And it's not something you tell them once, you know. It's not like the birds and the bees. Okay, you got it, good, let's move on. It's, you know, it's something that is ever changing. So,
did you ever get on that website I told you?
ID the Creep?
IDthecreep.com, which is a mask URL to nsteens.org.
I have not yet. I want to spend some time on it. I want to see if it's age appropriate. Or
two things for you. You need to spend some time on it, kind of get what's out there, then decide kind of how to introduce it, because it's not like, hey, child, you're going to go watch this thing now. But also, you know, your Girl Scout stuff and stuff, they have all sorts of supporting materials for lessons.
Yeah, I want to start incorporating that into their meetings. I just have to get through February. We have Destination Imagination, International Day, blah, blah, blah. Then we can start talking about that again. But anywho, like I said, that'll be a recurring theme. But today we have a little lighter topic that we're going to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't have all the examples that you might have.
Well, I probably don't have all the ones that you do. So we'll piece it together. The only thing we didn't talk about was what order we're going to show them in. And we could go in exchange order, because I do have that in front of me.
Like, I only have 5 here, so.
I don't know how many I have. I tried to do a suite to pick them up. But anyway, so what we're talking about is a group that I founded over 3 years ago called the Craft Exchange. And so we are a bunch of crafters. And my light keeps getting brighter and brighter.
It is not bright. It's a little bright.
Anyway, 3 years ago, I started a group called and now it just went out. Just randomly. That's cool. I don't know. I'm going to be in the dark today, apparently. Started a group 3 years ago called the Craft Exchange, and we are basically a group of makers sorry, my office mates are being a little needy today. We are a group of makers, and 3 times a year we make handmade crafts for each other, and we don't tell each other what they are, and then we exchange them on what we call CRAFTMAS. And so we have groups. So there's 3 different groups that we exchange within, but then we all gather together virtually online, and we did that on Blab on Monday night, and actually the replay is in my profile. You're welcome to go in and find that. I think it's in Molly's too, because I made you a host. Let me make you a host real quick. There you go.
Yeah, but I had to, I wonder how that works. I had to bail out on that, but remember I changed usernames. So. Interesting.
Oh, right. Right. Well, anyway, so we had roughly 16 things that we opened during Craft Exchange. So it took about 2 hours, right? So it was awesome, as always. This year, this exchange theme was Steel Magnolias. So that was sort of the inspiration. All of our crafters were supposed to make a project that was somehow inspired by the movie Steel Magnolias. It was Spring Fling with Steel Magnolias. So that was it. Do you want to start by talking about what you made? So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you all the projects that were made and tell you what we know about how they were made. Molly will talk more about hers. I'll talk more about mine, but then we'll go through and show you each one and kind of, if we can remember what the tips were that each of them told us each of the crafters that are in the Craft Exchange are encouraged to provide me with like a project sheet so I can feature it and put it on the website. They don't always do that. So, but for the ones that I have, I try to feature them over the next couple of weeks. So you can always check back on mommyupgrade.com. But anyway, Molly's, yours was a huge hit. Huge hit. You want to talk about it?
Well, I don't know that I can because I'm trying to fix mine. I wear it because it's all bent. But you might have to show yours. But I have
it's downstairs. Do I need to go grab it?
Yeah, mine's not a great. Mine, of course, because I use my prototype as mine and it's all bent up. But I think we should. We can skip mine too for a second. But yeah, like I love that you started it because it gives, like you kind of said before, it gives you a reason to sort of craft and hold yourself accountable, because we all love to craft. We don't have time always to do different kinds of techniques, and it gives us, beyond just what we're already doing, the school snacks and sports things that we do or whatever, to have the opportunity to reach and try something new or a new technique or learn from someone else is kind of the geek fest that we have, Craft Geek Fest. And sometimes they're failed.
It's definitely a user group. Craft Exchange is anybody who is a busy person who has a hobby they enjoy. The hobby generally gets pushed down to the bottom, right? And so moms have a lot on their plate and they're multitasking. And so that was sort of the premise for the group, was to give us an excuse to do something that we really like and sort of be held accountable. Because if I know that 7 people are expecting something from me, I'm going to do it, right? And as you do it, you refine your technique, because a lot of times you screw up the first one.
Yeah, my prototypes usually end up being mine, but and it's a very, very diverse group. I was telling one of the members yesterday, because she's like, oh, I kind of know what I'm going to do next time, but I'm afraid someone else will. And I think, like, we all probably think, as soon as you sort of, either you're inspired by something you see on Pinterest, or you're trying to really hit that theme, you're convinced it's like everyone would be doing this. This is so obvious. It's such a great idea. Everyone will be doing it. But really, very, very rarely will there be this same mediums. Like today, like this time we had a couple scarves, but maybe 2 people might sew, but not always. And
when our theme was breakfast at Tiffany's, everybody thought everybody was going to do the sleep mask, right? And nobody did.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Or if you, I'm trying to think of some other things, you think, well, everyone's going to do, like, you did Down the Rabbit Hole Mad Hatter. Everyone's going to do, using the hat or something. And it's never the same. It's never the same. You have 18 people coming at an idea completely differently, with different skills, different risk levels. So this time,
different ways they connect with the theme, so their interpretation is completely different.
Like, maybe there'd be 2 people who do jewelry, but it's completely different, and because
that's what we had this time.
Oh yeah, I was trying to think of, like, I felt like 2 people, and like maybe 2 people, maybe one person sews or one person paints or whatever. But I am inspired every single time, and you're gonna have to make the time to do that infograph when you're excited about doing it, because you're like, oh, that's like 3 months away, and I've got plenty of time, and I've got all these amazing things. Like, I'm convinced I'm gonna do, like these amazing projects. And then life happens, and then it sneaks up on you, and now I'm stressed, and now I'm angry, and I'm like, okay, I can't do it next time. It's just too much. And then you go through the process of your craft, and you hate your craft at first, and then you get done, and hopefully you love your craft. Hopefully, not always. And then you mail it off, and as soon as I mail it off, I want reveal that night. Like, yeah. I'm like, oh no, I need to know right now, because I'm done, and I'm excited. I want it to be that night.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a week later, so then you have to sit there and wait for it. And then during the reveal, I'm like, oh my gosh, look how amazing that is. Or, oh, I could try that. And you're convinced you want to do it again. So that's that up and down feeling. So Next,
For sure.
next is steam. The next theme is steampunk. Okay, so you want to go through this? Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to buy time to make mine look normal. It doesn't look normal. It's all bent up. I mean, I can tell you what it was inspired by, but I don't really feel comfortable with showing it.
Well, I can go get mine. I forgot my sweep. It was the one thing in the other room because it was on my vanity. Do you want me to go get it?
I can, no, because like I'm missing a, mine's always been, okay, well, then I can talk about someone else's. Can I talk about the purse?
Oh, I want to talk about the purse too. Why don't you talk about,
I've got Sevi's.
Okay, you talk about Sevi's. I'll be right back.
Okay. Sevi's main, I think everyone probably comes with their comfort craft where they may have a kind of a go-to thing that they kind of are probably the most comfortable with. And Sevi is so artistic, and she is I think a sewer more than anything else. So when we get other stuff from her, it's always very trendy and very artistic. And so she made and she's kind of stepped out of her box. So she made these adorable little kind of canvas boxes. So you can see she got the canvas box, and they're thick, so they're really cool. And our theme was Steel Magnolias, so there was 2 colors, and I never saw the movie, so I don't know what, something like blush and pink, and Trista will have to correct that when she gets back. Something beige and pink might have been a reoccurring theme.
Blush and bashful.
What is it? That was quick. What is it?
Really? I'm like out of breath. That's how out of shape I am.
Blush and bashful
from the movie Steel Magnolias, because those are the colors she picked for her wedding.
Okay. So it's gold trim. You probably can't see. So she just does sweet little artistic stuff. So she kept the theme well, and she got to use a different product than she has never painted on canvas. And if you've ever painted on canvas, you know you need I think it's Jessup. Oh yeah, yours is cute too. So I'll be putting mine right up there with her other wall hanging she did last time.
Is her, I know it's abstract and it's supposed to be, but is the part with her name, is that supposed to be on the bottom or the top or the side? I forgot to ask her.
Well, that's interesting because I've been holding it kind of like this. So my signature's on the bottom.
Yeah, that's how I was putting it too. So Sevi, I do know that she made a snap guide of this. If you follow her on Snap Guide, she is Sevi Ware. And she also has a blog called her last name is Ware, so it's Where's the Vodka. But her actual blog address is Vodka Makes You Happy. So she's young.
She is young, and she's so
younger than us. And she is the life of our group. We absolutely adore her. Anybody who has a blog name called Vodka Makes You Happy, is full of life. And she is just near and dear to me, and just a huge contributor to our group. So this is very special to me. This will go in my office so I can see it. But I love that it's like thick.
I know, it's cute. Okay. We're never going to get through. We're going to be doing 2 hours worth of craft recap.
Yeah, it'll go fast. What do you want to do next?
The ones that I have, Sabrina's beside me. I have, that's it. I only have Sabrina, Sevi's, and the purse.
Let's do Sabrina's because it's sort of themed.
Okay, you want me to do Sabrina's?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay. So Sabrina is one of my favorites too. Actually, everyone inspires me in this group. But so Sabrina sent. Oh, we can't say what she sent. She hand delivered from Texas to Ohio.
Yes.
Because it may not be advisable to mail liquids. You wouldn't mail liquids. That would be wrong.
Never mail liquids.
Certainly wouldn't mail moonshine. That would be completely wrong.
No, I'm sure she had somebody private.
She had him hand delivered. Okay.
Courier delivery.
In theme, she does such cute little detail work. I think too, gosh, and I wish I had her other things too. But her detail work is really cute. So the craft was the moonshine, but you know, she doesn't just say, okay, well, here's my craft. And some people, you know, foods, craft, and that kind of stuff kind of extends. But her theme, keeping with the theme, do they drink a lot in this movie? I'm assuming. Oh shit! I dropped it. It's peach something moonshine. Peach pie moonshine. Peach pie.
Because it's steel magnolias and it's from the South, so she was pulling in the you know, South.
So cute. Now, I can't drink a lot of that, but it does taste very good.
Hey, let's take some swigs right now. That'll make work.
Oh my gosh, we're like Hoda and Kathy Lee.
That's right.
But like not as classy.
Yes, but she did provide us with a custom glass to drink it in. Oh, you really drinking it right now?
I did. You just told me to.
Cheers.
Oh my god, I have to pick up this lid. If I don't pick up this lid, I'll spill this on my keyboard.
Your husband's going to come home and think you're
drinking during the day.
Yeah.
I wish I drank during the day. Holy cow.
Anyway, okay, so this is one of those adorable wine glass in the tumbler kind of thing. And she monogrammed it.
You told me to drink it. Now I'm like, oh.
She monogrammed it with our initials. I have a meeting right after this. I cannot show up with like liquor on my breath.
I don't think one sip's gonna send us over the edge, but I definitely
later, but not right now.
The peach pie moonshine in my.
Shall I put it in my to-go cup and take it with me to my meeting? Could you mix it with something? Or does it have to be drank straight?
I don't know. It's
like
delicious.
Iced tea? I bet it would be good in iced tea.
Yeah, almost like a
peach
drunk
tea.
Arnold Palmer.
Like a peach Long Island.
I don't know.
I'm going to try it. Yep, I'm going to try it. Okay, so that was Sabrina's always. And Sabrina's sort of, she's a master of the drinking things too, because she's done Bailey's. Remember, she made the homemade Bailey's one time. And then she also does her own beer. So for last summer, she did watermelon beer. Remember that?
I have it still. I'm afraid to drink it. It's so adorable. It looks completely professional. Her packaging is unbelievable. It came in like a 6-pack with like custom caps and everything. It was insane how adorable. Yeah. Okay, so that's Sabrina's. What else do you have there? The purse.
That's it?
Yours is upstairs. Isn't that funny? You left mine up and I left yours upstairs. Do you have yours?
I do.
Mine's displayed in this like little area on my dresser with like other sort of important things. I have a picture of it, but.
All right. You want to do mine now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is mine.
It's so weird that your audio and your picture are so out of sync.
Really?
Like seconds.
That's funny. Not mine. Doesn't look like it for me. Maybe. Oh yeah, there is a delay. That's freaky. Well, I told you I had a hard time logging in. It may be my connection. Anyway, so this is Fake Water in a Vase, which is a project that I have featured on mommyupgrade.com because my dad actually did this project with the grandkids a year ago. But I didn't get to do it. So it was all them. But I just thought it was such a neat craft. So when the theme was steel magnolias, you know, I tend to be very literal about the theme. So these are just silk. They're supposed to be magnolias. These do not look like magnolias to me. Somebody from not Louisiana decided that these were magnolias. But anyway, they're supposed to be magnolias. And these are just silk flowers from Hobby Lobby. It's like they're kind of high-end flower, I guess, from Hobby Lobby. So, and the vase right here, this is from Dollar Tree. So that was only $1. And what I did was I made, with my silhouette, I have a silhouette cameo, which sometimes you can probably see in the background. So I made a stencil with the monogram for everybody who was getting one. And then I etched it with Armor Etch, which is the only etching cream that I actually really like and can use well. So that only took, as opposed to the other etching cream that shall remain nameless that I've tried to use in the past and taken days of my life to try and make it etch, this one happens in 60 seconds. So that is fantastic. So you do that in 60 seconds, and then you cut your flowers to the length that you want, which I had a variety of vases, so that was kind of interesting. I had to measure how much water I wanted in each one and figure it out in ounces ahead of time, because then when you're doing the resin into here, you have to, and I think Hammond threw away my resin can, which still had one project in there, but anyway. So when you're doing the resin, you have to pour it, but you have to put a catalyst in it so that the resin will go from liquid to click, they call it click hard stage, because this is like really hard in here. And so you have to put the right number of catalyst drops in it to make it convert. And the formula can be a little confusing because it has to do with the depth and the number of ounces. So there's like 3 variables to it. So basically, if you're going to make this and you get a Dollar Tree little vase like this, and I use 3 different sizes from Dollar Tree, so I basically use the same formula for each of them. For 8 ounces, I did 40 drops of catalyst. And I arrived at that after I did a few and they didn't set up very fast. But the problem is if you put too much catalyst in it, it heats really fast and it can crack the glass when it expands. So anyway, that's what I settled on, 40 drops of catalyst for, I don't know what, I can tell you what the dimension is on this. And it was 8 ounces and it's about a 3-inch wide top. So
what was interesting is that, it's so you mentioned that you had maybe not let it sit. How long is it supposed to cure?
Up to 24 hours.
Okay. So you put it in the mail pretty quick.
No. All the ones that I put in the mail had cured for over 24 hours, but I used different levels of catalyst in them. So like I did those first because I had to mail them, but I was trying to be conservative on the catalyst because I didn't want to break the glass because then I would have to start over. But what happened was it didn't cure as fast. So it was about 30-ish hours when I packed all those to mail. And so I had to pack them like this. So I was so afraid that it was going to be, completely sideways in the glass because they had changed, but they were still like tacky to touch. And so I didn't know if tacky to touch meant that it would, go sideways or
sort of roll.
Yeah, I was really afraid of that. So how did you're not showing me yours. So did it really turn out okay? Or is it?
Mine was pristine. Kate, they all looked perfect. Donna's had maybe a little bubble and the top was just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit wavy, but it looks like water. It's perfect. So it wasn't shifted. It was still even. It had, so it looks like water. They were perfect. All of them.
It also could have been, so when you put the resin in here, it's still a liquid, even with the catalyst. So like it takes probably 2 hours for the catalyst to start working on it. So you have a little bit of time, but if you get it on the glass at all, you can't really get it off. Like it doesn't just wipe off, like water does. And then the other thing is you have to arrange these to be standing up or else they just flop over and rest on the side. So how'd you pull? Like we had to stuff paper underneath it so that it would stand up, and stay up like that. And I say we because I recruited him in to help me. And I know that one of the very first ones we did, the flowers kept kind of flopping over and it got moved around a little bit. So that hers may have been the first one because the paper kept falling and it would sort of juggle the water. Like once you put the resin in, you are supposed to not touch it at all until it's click hard stage, which is anybody's guess on how long it'll be until you start doing a few of them. So while it truly wasn't a difficult craft, there was definitely a learning curve to figuring out the right amount of resin with catalyst, how long it would take to sort of firm up. And if you plan ahead and you don't procrastinate like I did, it would be no big deal. But of course,
there's not enough time in between them.
Yeah, exactly. We only know about it for 4 months. Anyway, so this was, I thought, overall, I thought they turned out pretty good. I did have a hard time, I will say, on the round ones. Did any of the round ones go to Ohio?
We didn't get any round ones, but I saw one on the blob and they were adorable.
Well, the round ones, I really liked the vase, but I had a harder time with the stencil because because it wouldn't adhere as well to the round vase, and so it and I should have brought the one I made for the cupcake up because I made one for her with just some random because I actually made the wrong name on one, so I was one off. But I had already poured the resin, and then I didn't have an extra flower, so I grabbed a hydrangea that she had been playing with, and I made one for her. But anyway, that's that.
Super adorable.
Okay.
Simplistically elegant and in theme and a favorite.
And you can get something exactly like it at Hobby Lobby for $17.99.
You think that is bad. I think that's a compliment. You can get mine too, and it's not a knockoff.
Well, I will say the only difference about the one at Hobby Lobby is it's not etched with an initial.
Of course not.
But if you use a coupon, you can get it for what, $9? And so, of course, I leave Hobby Lobby, and I'm in my head thinking, okay, well, how much did it cost me to make one of these?
Yeah, really. You just go buy it and etch the initials.
No, I made it for less, and I made it with the flowers I wanted. They just happen to have very similar flowers in theirs at Hobby Lobby. So,
all right.
So there you go. If you don't want to make it, you can buy it. Etch it yourself. Get some armor etch. Okay, so let's talk about yours.
Okay, so inspired by Alex and Andy bracelets. What the heck? Sorry, hold on. I was trying to get it off. I definitely liked it. Jewelry I haven't done in a long time. I get bored with jewelry sometimes but what I enjoyed is I looked down and I noticed, so show the Alex and Andy kind of signature slide, because jewelry is hard to make for people too, because you have to know what size, their wrists are and that kind of stuff. It gets a little personal. But when I took the gauge and folded, I had to bend it in a certain way to get the gauge work. And I think it's adorable and I like it simplistic. So then he hung a couple charms on it. And the other thing I did was I bought those little circles and then I stamped their initials in it, just like kind of the same style as an Alex and Andy bracelet. And then I made it themed by taking a quote about accessories and putting it on the box. Bam!
Yeah, so here's the box. And it says, the only thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize. By Clary from Steel Magnolias. And just so, if you're not familiar with Alex and Annie, they have these fabulous bracelets. And from the purchase of each one, money goes to charity. Can I ask you, building? So Alex and Annie bracelets benefit charities. And so they have, this is sort of the signature style. Here's a couple that I have, and you can't even tell which one's Molly's, right? Because they all look very, very similar. And so people kind of collect them because they support their charities. But then the other thing is when you wear them, they just have this nice little, it's almost like wearing like this little tiny delicate wind chime. It's just a nice little sound, which I usually don't wear them while we're doing Blab because I don't want the background noise.
It's true, because like the other phase was the Pandora bracelets. Those get so heavy. I really like their style. And actually, I have another one of the bracelets, and the wire gauge is much thinner than mine, which I didn't realize. But
this is another Alex and Annie that I have. That's one of my favorites. Molly, you'd like this one.
I think I have. Oh, no. Similar. Not the same.
Yes.
But
so
you're right in there.
And what gauge wire and...
Oh, crap. I can't remember. I think it was 1/16 because I really wanted to find like a 1/14. A spool of wire at Michael's. It was, I think, maybe $5 or $6. A spool. I made probably 5 or 6 out of the spool. And then I got the little package of these little tiny things for, I don't know, a couple bucks. And there was probably 6 of them in there. Then, of course, I always need a reason to buy more tools. So I bought the metal stamping letters. So then I hammered the people's initials into their little circle there. And then found some beads to jump rings, put the beads on there, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. What else do you need to know? I did some mixed metals on some of the people's because not everyone's totally into silver color stuff. So I did some mixed metals on a couple people's.
Well, it looks like you hand stamped the charm too, because it's got my initials on it and it's got a flower on the back.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I did that. I stamped the back with a little dandelion. I thought that was I forgot about that little element. So that was just a stamp, a metal stamper I bought. And then the initials. So I had the alphabet. So I did everyone's but there was another charm on it that I said like dream or journey or that kind of stuff. I didn't stamp that one. Those were purchased.
Right. This one, mine says success.
Yeah.
Yay. I love it. And I've worn it every single day since. So.
Well, I knew, there's lots of ways that we can gauge whether or not a craft works or not. And generally speaking, my husband is very in awe of anything creative. He's a sports guy. So he's always like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? And so the last project he walked by, I went, no. And so I ended up throwing that one away. And we won't talk about that one. But this one, when he walked by, he was like, oh, you should sell those, And so I was like, okay, that's a good compliment. And then when my 12-year-old daughter walked by and she's like, snag, and she took one, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'll put my order in for some more. For sure.
Yeah, I might need to make some more. They were fun. It's a nice.
I like that you can personalize them. Yeah. And how long did it take you to do each one? It's okay if it's just like 5 minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes. It took me probably 20 minutes. What I did is you take the wire and you got to kind of bend it right, and you got to kind of mold it right so that it doesn't get all jacked up. Because this metal, if you start to, bend it too often or too far or whatever, it will start to kind of lose its shape. And then I took the little stamper, stamped the little things, picked out some beads. I probably spend so much time, painstakingly time picking out certain beads and putting jump rings on those and stuff. And then what I did with my friend, I actually made like an initial for every one of her kids and put it on there. So she has, the M's, and she has a bunch of initials of little tiny ones. Cause they do that same thing too, where they put a few of them on there. So
yeah, they've got little extra charms on there that talk about Alex and Annie or the charity or whatever. So
yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. So let's talk about, we only have a little bit left. Let's go through some of these others. Let's talk about the purse. Can we talk about the purse?
See, all I want to say is game on.
It's not a competition. You stop that. It's not a competition. But check out this purse. KT made this purse. Made it. Every bit of it.
Okay. There's so many levels of creativity on this purse. That's what makes it amazing.
There are so many levels of this. Okay, so let's start. This is on the surface. It appears to be a purse with fabric that has magnolias on it. It's a little clutch, and then on the inside, the fabric is quotes from the movie because our movie theme was steel magnolias, right? Oh, yours is silver.
Oh yeah.
Is your hardware silver?
Yeah.
So mine's gold or brass or gold. Anyway, so on the inside you have fabric with that. And you think, oh, where in the world does she find fabric like that? Yeah, well, she made it. She went to the Library of Congress and downloaded free images of magnolias. And what I absolutely adore about
the botanical gardens.
Yes, botanical gardens. And what I absolutely love about it is she even incorporated Craft Exchange into it. So
yeah, I gotta find mine here.
So this fabric is actually unique to Craft Exchange. So she made both of the fabrics on spoon flour and ordered them. She said she made how many? 7 purses, I think, with 1 yard of fabric.
Oh, well.
And then she ordered the hardware from a store on Etsy. I'm not sure which. She did give me her project sheet, so this will be featured on Mommy Upgrade, so you guys can learn how to do it. She says it only takes like 20 minutes to put this together.
Yeah, because this particular pattern with using the corners, sewing the corners down flat, as well as, I mean, this looks really, it's a fun little sewing project because making these corners flat and giving it that shape looks hard and elegant, but it's a good sewing project. It's easy to do. Honestly, the hardest thing, I think, a lot of times the linings are harder because you have to kind of, put things backwards. You gotta, but she did so great.
She did an amazing job. I mean, everybody was like, mic drop. That's just, wow. And it's even, like if I did this, it would be like a little cattywampus. I am not.
I know. I love this. This sewing technique is really great to do for like totes, where they have our box.
Isn't it a box pleat? Isn't that what you call it?
It is. So it's like you take this out, it's really just a small box, Kitty.
Yeah. She recommended doing this like if you have a special night out and you want to make a purse that would just match your outfit, then this would be an easy way to do it. And when I was looking over her project sheet, I think she said each one of these cost her like $13. And I for some reason thought spoon flour was a whole lot more expensive than that. So I have to look into that for sure.
Well, for sure, for a yard, because and it's really good. This isn't just like a quilt cotton. This isn't like your plain thin cotton. This is a very exterior purse. The texture is elegant. I mean, it feels really expensive.
It does. And she put on there which fabric she used. Like the inside is like a cotton sateen. I forget what she said. On the outside.
Yeah, a thicker line. But yeah, like this outside fabric that she used, did she line it inside with something else either?
It feels like there's batting in it.
Yeah.
There's got to be batting in it. There has to be.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
We're not going to get to everyone's today.
Yeah, we are. There's not that many more. Okay, next up. Oh, well, we have to get to this one, right?
Fused glass.
Huh? Yeah. Do you have that one?
Yeah, but can I point out too that it's all about the details a lot of times too. And KT did this little cute paper.
Oh, right. That was on the bag that went with it.
Which is the bag. It was cute.
So she sort of set the stage for expectation when you receive a bag with a handmade magnolia on the front.
Yeah, I hate wrapping, so I never do those extra details. But look, I save it because I think it's so cute.
I try to do the wrapping for the ones that are here. I just figure in shipping it gets so mangled. I don't even try, unfortunately.
Did you do this on the silhouette?
Yeah.
Did you see the texture on the inside? It's so cute.
Yeah, the little thing on the middle. I forget what that's called on a flower, the stamen or the stem or something. Okay, so this next one, oh my gosh. So
in fact, I need to look up kilns right now.
I know, I
gotta go.
gonna have to make one. Okay, so this is, Sharon made this one. And again, we're talking about steel magnolia crafts that were made for our craft exchange. So this is fused glass, which she attached to this is just a frame, a simple frame. The paper behind it, she hand wrote quotes from the movie, Steel Magnolias. And down here, mine says blush and bashful. And then she, with E6000, she affixed the fused glass heart. So she has a kiln in her garage. So what she does is, she said she bought some cookie cutters. This is huge, though. I can't imagine that was a cookie cutter.
She said she did many freehand.
Yeah, so she
laid it right into the kiln.
Yeah, so she piles on all the glass and then lets it sit in the kiln for, I don't remember how long. Do you?
No.
No. She may have sent me her sheet. If she did, we'll definitely put that on there. Anyway, so every single one of these was different, obviously, because of the nature of what it is. What color was yours? Did you get one?
I didn't get one.
Oh, well, she sells them. You can always order one. But so Anna's was really pretty because she had a black and white picture of Anna's family in the background that she had pulled off of Facebook. And then she put a heart on the front.
How much does she sell them for?
I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't ask. I was just so excited I was getting one.
Does she have an Etsy thing?
She does have an Etsy. But you could just messenger. She would make one. So then what were some of the others? Well, she said that somebody had asked for one.
Like your vows or something in the background.
Yeah, they were talking about putting like a wedding invitation behind it and then the glass on, the glass heart on top. Somebody had requested one for an upcoming confirmation. And so they wanted handwritten Bible verses all in the background and then like the date of the confirmation in the corner.
That's it. Right now I'm buying a kiln.
Yeah. So that would be cool though, because you could do like a cross with all of that if it's for a confirmation. I totally want a kiln. Because can't you put pottery in there too?
Pardon?
Because you can put pottery in there too, can't you? Or is there like a glass kiln and then a pottery kiln? I
have been wanting a kiln, obviously, for ever since we sold 2 of my mom's. The second I sold them. Yeah, I don't know, because I think it just probably depends on, I don't know the temperature of glass melting. So it would just, I'm sure it can be the same as long as you have that range. The ability to arrange. Yeah. Well, anyway, so this was amazing. Everybody like oohed and awed over this. It was crazy amazing. So this was made by Sharon. Let's see. I have more back here. Let me show. There's 2 that I don't have. I don't have Miranda's egg, and I don't have the Magnolia hand cream. Did you get that one? No, I didn't, but it looked so smooth. It seemed really pretty. It did. So this, Debbie made some, I'm double scarfing. Debbie made some infinity scarves in Blush and Bashful. So this is always fun. I can never have too many scarves. Absolutely love scarves. So I think she sent me her project sheet. But basically, I think what you do with this is did she say it was 1 yard or 2 yards of fabric? She said she got like 3 or 4 out of a yard. 3 or 4 out of a yard. Okay. So the length is a yard. And basically you make a tube and then of it opposite sides, and then you pull it through and sew the bottom, hand stitch the rest of it together. That is also one of those things that are, if you need something kind of customized for an outfit, because the material she picked was really light. I don't like to sew with that type of fabric. Anything like slippery and stuff, I don't do real well with, but it was just such a light fabric that I like it, because these can be a little heavy for like just kind of office wear. But we didn't talk about this one. I forgot we had this one too. Right. Okay. So with Debbie's, one last thing, it is light. It's perfect for spring.
It's like perfect for spring. But how cute would it be if you're going to an event, if you made your own infinity scarf and your own purse?
Matching purse? What?
I don't know that you're supposed to match things anymore, but
Probably not.
probably not. I am not a fashion blogger.
They're color blocking. I'll be
All right,
color
so let's talk
blocking.
about your snood.
What's it called?
A snood.
Why?
She called it a crochet cowl, but the French name
Oh, cowl, yeah.
snood. And I didn't get one. I'm crushed.
Well, I'm lucky I was able to steal this one because my daughter keeps stealing it. I walked in the door and she ran off with it immediately. And she did a great job. I don't know anything about knitting. I've knitted a scarf with one stitch and got about halfway done. And that was started 20 years ago and it's still sitting upstairs. So, I mean, obviously, if I could, I can't even, huh?
Me and quilts. I have 3 quilts in process and...
Yeah. So it appears to me at least a couple different types of stitches because I see different types of stitches here and it's so soft and it's so pretty and I love the detail of the buttons. It doesn't, I mean, it's decorative, I think. Yeah.
She said they were antique buttons. She had found antique buttons somewhere and used that on it.
Of course she did. Yep. I love the detail.
It reminds me of that picture that's going around on the internet right now of the gigantic blanket or comforter on the bed that somebody crocheted like that, but with big PVC pipes instead of knitting needles. It's ginormous.
Oh, like the stitch itself would be like those arm scarves.
Yeah, but it's the bed. I mean, it's the whole bed. Just Google it.
Okay, what do you Google?
Google
PVC pipe knitting?
Yeah. Try that. See if it comes up. Put the link in the thing. I'll get the next one. Okay, so let's do the other jewelry. So my sister made this, and it's Blush and Bashful. Let me hold it a little bit closer. She is like this expert beading person, which my brain just does not wrap around it, but it's so delicate and so pretty, and Cupcakes totally laid claim to this, so this will not be mine. You'll probably never get
great colors.
this. Yeah, and so it's just neat the way the pearls go back and forth, and I can't even begin to tell you how she made this, so all I can tell you is it looks like pearls with Swarovski crystals, and then at each joint, it's like a clear bead with either Blush or Bashful in it. And so mine has a matching bracelet. But from what I understand, everybody's was different. She didn't do any of them the same. Did you see any of yours?
We got one in our group, and so I don't know how it compares to others. I mean, such pretty colors all put together.
And she says it only takes her a few minutes. I mean, it just. I guess if you're a beater, you can do this really quickly. This has just never been something that I've been able to get, like I said, get my mind around, but it's so impressive to me. And then she put it in this cute little handmade handbag, which says, "I'm too colorful for words," which is a quote from the movie, again, Steel Magnolias.
Cute. Oh, yeah. Super cute.
And she hand lettered that.
That's fun.
I just noticed what she wrote on the back. Okay, then we have, poor Dory. I know she was embarrassed because hers didn't turn out the way she wanted. Should we show it anyway?
There's always a fail. We can always learn from it, because what I really loved is the depth of the color and stuff that she had in it.
Yep,
I know it didn't work out the way she wanted it to, but I think those colors were cool.
So, yeah, okay, so that's the thing about Craft Exchange. It's a safe place. So, like, if you are attempting to do something that you've never tried before, there's a good chance it's not going to work out. But that helps the rest of us kind of learn from it and think, okay, well, if I was going to do that, how would I do it? What do I need to avoid? That kind of thing. So I'm okay when, like, projects don't take. I know that other people are embarrassed because you don't want to be giving something that's not perfect, but that's really not that's not the flavor of what this group is about. It's really more of a user.
The way I look at it though too is, yeah, we have fail, but if I was a little bit more organized, I would have worked through that fail to be able to send someone something nice, so
yeah.
Just fall to me to say, okay.
We are all pretty much all guilty of bad time management. So we'll put that out there. Me as well. I sent, with a wish and a prayer, I sent off not purely cured chemical vases. So any dangerous liquids? No. But I will tell you from experience, if you try to carry that through TSA, they will bomb check you. Oops. Because when I was bringing it back from Chattanooga before, I got pulled to the side and everything wiped down.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Now that I think about it, that seems really intense.
Yeah.
He was not a crafter. She's a bomber.
Point of reference. Okay, so anyway, so Dory made these. She used a square ice cube silicone mold. And it's some kind of resin. It's a different kind of resin than what I used, I think. Which is kind of funny that two of us used resin in the same.
It's true.
Same deal.
Well, I think Steel Magnolias, don't think resin. So.
So what she was disappointed was she had a hard time keeping the flowers where she wanted them to. There are little tiny magnolias in there.
So what do you have to do? Kind of wait till because you were able to kind of stuff around it, but if you're going in it, so do you have to wait like maybe half to? I don't know.
I think you do have to sort of layer it if you were going to do it like this, but then I don't know if it would have lines or not. Like
I don't know.
stripes. And maybe you do it before it's fully cured. I have no idea. Anyway, and so she added glitter to it. And then with any of these resins, you can add a colorant as well. And that will also vary the catalyst and how fast it firms up to click hard. So that's another, I just did clear, but if you add the color to, and I don't remember if that speeds it up or slows it down, but it changes the rate in which it will cure. So anyway, so this was a paperweight, but to me, it looks like a big, giant Jell-O shot. Because it's square.
Our Jell-O shots are round. In Ohio, they're round.
Like jigglers. Don't you ever make Jell-O jigglers for your kids?
Put them in those little tiny tester cups. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that.
Fun colors, though. I think that'd still be something to keep playing with.
This one is from Vanessa. Vanessa's a newer person from our group, and she got the themes mixed up. So our next theme is steampunk, but this one, of course, was Steel Magnolias. But she beautifully married the two themes together because she made like a steampunk gun, which, of course, there's the famous scene in Steel Magnolias where Drum goes outside and there's too many birds in the trees and they're about to have the wedding outside and he needs to scare them away. And Emily's having a heart attack about, what's going to happen. So he goes out with his shotgun and starts shooting and all the birds scatter. It's a big scene in the movie. Anyway, so this actually married both themes beautifully. And so it says, Drum would never point a gun at a lady. So this is just I don't even know where she got the gun part, but there's a
I've seen that kind of researching steampunk because I am trying to be a better planner, and I saw where they were taking those guns and doing that, but that one is so intricate. Like it would say just take a regular old like
a Nerf gun. Yeah,
but those Nerf guns are not that looks antique. Those shapes.
It's not a real gun. I mean, it's not a Nerf gun. Like nothing's coming out.
What is it?
There's nothing that. Oh, you know what? I think it is a water gun because this moves. This is just
that looks like a water gun.
This is a water gun.
She did a good job finding water guns.
Yeah, and so there's some sort of finish rub that you can get from Michaels, and it comes in different finishes. And this must be like the gold or brass finish or something.
So at first glance, you're like, okay, what am I going to do with the gun? But that process is fascinating. I mean, if you had like a really ugly vase or a bowl, you can make something look, you know, really aged and tarnished and really cool. What was the product she used? I don't even know what it is.
I don't know, because she wasn't there. And it's hard. The colors are not coming across very well on there. But anyway, I'm going to find it because I probably have 1,000 things that I could use that with. So basically she painted the whole water gun black and then used this metallic rub on it to make it like this. So I don't know what she's going to do for steampunk because that was good.
Well, all of these projects you post on mommyupgrade.com individually. So if anyone's watching once, because everyone fills out a sheet.
Yeah, if they don't give me their project sheet, then I don't. I know we're running out of time, so quickly we'll do the last two that I have. I think I only have 2 more. So this one was from Donna, who's your friend. You want to talk about it? Because you were there, so you can probably hear her better.
I know. I love body scrubs. My son loves body scrubs. Don't tell anyone I just said that. 13-year-old boy loves body scrubs. But and I'm kind of into the essential oils, so I like smells. I love smells. So I could not believe how easy this was. She literally used coconut. I don't even think she used fractionated oil. I think it was like coconut oil and sugar and a teeny drop of food coloring. You can't go too crazy with the food coloring or you'll kind of defeat the purpose of taking a bath because you'll end up with a color on you. But it is the perfect consistency. It's not oily. Huh?
Fragrance too, because it's magnolia.
Yeah, magnolias. She said she had a really hard time finding that fragrance because but she did find it. So yeah. So any essential oils or the fragrance stuff, and then she provided a little scrubby thing too. But the consistency, literally sugar and oil, and then fragrance. So pretty.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And then I think this is the last one that I have. Did I forget anybody's? I mean, there's 2 that I don't have to show.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can talk about them because they're fun. But Miranda and Katie on my side. So Katie, I don't have, because they were not in my group. But, oh, yeah, that one too. But, and I'll talk about them quickly. Katie made, and we see them on Pinterest. They're so funny.
Oh, no, I have that one. Wait.
Oh, I didn't think you had that one.
It was on the other side. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's in. So perfectly themed with the beauty shop kind of thing. The PVC pipe. So it's heavy. So the purpose, so it's practical, is this heavy piece of PVC pipe can sit on your bathroom counter and it will hold the hair dryer on one side and hold that hot curling iron on the other side and kind of keep them more organized. And she said she had a really fun time picking out the kind of themed flowers and tape and stuff. And she actually had gone with this friend of hers, this guy, and he thought it was so cool. He made one for his girlfriend, which I think is adorable. So he picked out stickers and all that kind of stuff.
That is awesome. Yeah, this is super cute. I love the washi tape that she picked out for it.
Yes, it's perfectly themed and very fun. And she had challenges though. In some people who don't paint, you don't know that you can't just go get general purpose spray paint. They make spray paint specifically intended for the type of surface. And if you are like me, I'm obsessed with spray paint because I have touched up an appliance. I mean, I have this oven that has this crazy worn down area, and I bought specific appliance spray paint, and I touched up, and you cannot even tell. But that is also her challenge, was to find the spray paint that would adhere to a PVC pipe, a plastic pipe that would, because it'll separate it. It's not going to adhere right. So what ended up being a struggle for her ended up giving it texture and interest because she added glitter and she worked through that struggle. But it was good, cute stuff. You can't just use regular paint.
Well, speaking of paint, talk about Miranda's.
Okay,
sorry,
paint.
we don't have to show.
So Miranda, she she's her parents are from Germany. So she had a lot of interesting German customs kind of come through a lot of her art. And one scene in the movie, I think, is like a Easter egg hunt or something. I don't really know. But also in Germany, there's sort of the egg tree that comes out once a year. And I can't think of when, of course. So a lot of times there's a particular style of art where they take the egg and they blow out the egg and then they decorate the egg and then they create this tree. So it was fun because it sounded like there was a couple other people with German heritage in our group. So it was meaningful to them too, and it matched the theme. She was concerned about doing the eggs and having it shipped and being crushed. So she used, alternatively, she used a paper mache egg shape. And her work is so pristine when she does, so she decorated it with ink and dots and decoration, but she is a very symmetrical, detail-oriented artist. And so her stuff is always intricate.
Yes, meticulous,
for
sure.
Yes.
There's nothing sloppy about what Miranda does.
No, and she is OCD.
Yep. Okay, so here's the last one. And I adore this because these are, so it's a magnolia. I mean, you know, it's a simple craft, but it's sweet and lovely. And I had to steal it off my wall to show it today. So it's magnolia leaves, you know, a wooden letter that she painted gray. This is Anna's, a magnolia on one of those. And I didn't even know that these existed. I've probably walked by these things a million times in the craft store and just never clicked what they were for or what to do. So this is in the floral aisle and it's just a flat disc for you to glue stuff to. So she got magnolia leaves, and it was interesting when we were talking about it at Craft Exchange because KT said that what they would, I guess in her sorority, the sorority flower is a magnolia. Yeah, she was Phi Mu. So they would go to campus and collect magnolia flowers when they were there and then take them back and put them in a mixture of, she thought it was mineral spirits and water. And what it does is it pulls through the leaf and preserves the leaf and preserves it soft. Because, you know, magnolia leaves turn brown and gross after not too long, which is why I don't want one in my yard because they just, when the brown turns, it's not pretty to me. But anyway, so that's a way that you could actually use real leaves in a wreath by doing that sort of technique. But this one I don't have to worry about because they're fake. Did you get one of these?
I didn't, but how much fun if you're like, you know, because real estate being, if you're moving and there's a tree that's kind of part of your yard or something, to be able to preserve a tree leaf that's from, but that's really sweet that she did this. She used cute accessories for that.
Or you can be like me and cut up half the tree and take it with you.
True. You could reprint trees, replant them.
I didn't take the whole thing. I just took half of it.
Okay.
I was proud of myself for it actually surviving too. Okay, well, we went a little bit long. Let me look at what we have coming up for Monday.
Did we really go through everyone's? We don't know what Sarah's are because she was delayed, but do we go through everyone's? I don't want to feel like we missed someone. I don't have a list in front of me, so I'm going to rely on you not.
I can look real quick. I think we did. Dory, Miranda, Molly, Katie, Anna, KT, me, Debbie, Sevi, Vanessa, Sharon, Dawn. Shanna, I didn't have to show, and I don't think you did either. Angela, you're wearing. Donna, Sarah, we haven't gotten yet. Sabrina, and yes.
Okay.
Everybody. Yes. Okay, so next weekend, or Monday, we are talking about kids in sports, safety precautions and concussions and the like.
Are we talking about safety or bad parenting?
Well, we had said we were going to talk about kids' sports injuries.
Okay.
But bad sports parents is a whole nother topic for sure. This time we'll talk about sports injuries, and Molly will be doing a product review, and I'll be doing, I'm doing a product review on Monday, and you are doing a DIY.
I know. I'm hoping to be able to present the craft I'm going to do this weekend, which I talked about on Monday, which was
the rug.
We've got someone else who can jump into on that topic on Monday. It looks like Ace Wraps SPs. Okay, cool. Sports-wise, good. We've got some other people that like to jump in. That's awesome. Love to hear.
Good. Join us on Monday at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we will continue the conversation on Mommy Upgrade Live. I'm Trista Perot, mommyupgrade.com.
And I'm Molly Johnson from MiggyMoo.com and soon to be deathbypinterest.com.
Yeah, and then we both have professional lives as well. So you can find out more about either of us by Googling us on LinkedIn or
but we need to also kind of think about the sensory room. Looks like Ace is looking for.
No,
I need to research that. I don't know.
I will ask some of my friends. That is not my area of expertise, but I'm interested.
Yeah,
for sure.
We just have to kind of apply the things that we do and figure out how they apply to sensory. Because I have to think about that. Interesting. We gotta partner with that and help each other kind of collaborate on those ideas.
And we can talk to some teachers too.
How old is he? Maybe that helps too.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe not. If it's sensory, it probably is. Maybe not. 12.
Okay, that's right in our wheelhouse.
Because his hands would be bigger and his sensory would be different. Maybe, I don't know. Help us learn about that. That's interesting.
Okay, so we will add that to the discussion list.
Cool. All righty. Have a great day. I gotta go.
Me too. See ya. Bye.
Bye.